Hello and welcome to Innovative Learning Process. Now we will take the current affair part for prelims examination. Global Biofuel Alliance. This has been launched by India during India's G20 presidency in October 2023. It unites major biofuel producers and consumers like United States, Brazil and India. 19 countries and 12 international organizations have committed to join it or they are supporting it. Global Biofuel Alliance. So this should be our question that who has started this mission. So this biofuel Global Biofuel Alliance has been started by India during G20 presidency in October 2023. Darfur. This is the place in news in Sudan. Darfur in Sudan. UN warns of imminent starvation in Darfur, Sudan region. Reason is that due to the violence and this has worsened the country's hunger crisis because a civil war had been continuing since April 2023 in Sudan's Darfur region, and people are resorting to eating grass and peanut shells to survive, according to the World Food Program. This might be our some input for the mains examination as well, when we can write that this example that what are the bad impacts of the civil wars or conflicts to the people. Virtual touch. This has been in news because Delhi High Court has said that there should be minors must be taught the concept of virtual touch because to enable them to recognize potential risks in cyberspace. So if it is asked in our examination, then virtual touch is related to which? This is potential risk in cyberspace. What is virtual touch? It is the concept of teaching minors to recognize potential risks in cyberspace alongside traditional concepts of good touch or bad touch. It involves educating them about appropriate online behavior regarding privacy setting and online boundaries to safeguard personal information. Next one is Shinkula Tunnel. So this is the world's highest facilitating all-weather connectivity from Manali to Leh. This has been built by Border Road Organization. However, the work had been started, till now it is not completed. This would be the world's largest facilitating all-weather connectivity from Manali to Leh, Shinkula Tunnel. And this is also surpassing China's Mila Tunnel. China's Mila Tunnel. It offers an alternative route to Ladakh and also to strategic areas like Kargil, Siachen and line of control. Next, Batage crater. This is permafrost. Siberia's gateway to underworld. This is said Batage, Siberia's gateway to underworld. The Batage crater is expanding at an alarming rate. ड्यू टू द परमाफ्रॉस्ट था. सो बटागैका crater. This is located in Russia's far east in the world's largest permafrost crater. World's largest permafrost crater. The challenge is that permafrost are thawing, and thus as the release of organic carbon into the atmosphere that could exacerbate global warming as well. So what is the permafrost? This is permanently frozen ground that remains below the freezing point of water for 2 or more consecutive years. So this is the permafrost. Permafrost is nothing but the permanently frozen ground that remains below the freezing point of water for 2 or more consecutive years. DAC plus S. DAC plus S. The world's largest direct air capture and storage plant, Mammoth. So what is DAC plus S? This is direct air capture and storage plant, Mammoth. This is world's largest plant, and this is operational in Iceland. Direct air capture and storage, DAC plus S. This is a technology designed to remove carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere at any location. So this is the carbon capturing technology that can remove carbon dioxide from atmosphere at any location. And the captured CO2 can then be permanently stored in deep geological formations, or it can be utilized for various applications. Hague Convention. Next one, this is in news, Hague Convention. Why? So first of all, Hague Convention. This is the first legal framework solely dedicated to safeguarding movable and immovable heritage. So basically, Hague Convention is associated with safeguarding movable and immovable heritage. It shields cultural property during both peace and conflict. Suppose that there is war in uh, Israel and Israel and Palestine. So Hague Convention steps here to provide the safeguards to the heritage of each of the countries. This is the mandate, primary mandate to the Hague Convention. Food rot disease. This is next. Punjab Agriculture University has developed a biocontrol agent, Trichoderma asperillum. Trichoderma asperillum, to manage food rot disease in basmati rice crops. So this should be our potential question, that what is food rot disease? This is basmati rice crops disease. It means that food rot disease, it might be associated with other crops, but here we should remember that this is associated with basmati rice crops. And Trichoderma asperillum, this is biocontrol agent. This is biocontrol agent Trichoderma asperillum. Food rot disease, this is fungal disease and affecting basmati rice crops. AlphaFold 3. So what is AlphaFold 3? AlphaFold, this is an AI tool by Google's DeepMind. AlphaFold, this is AI tool by Google's DeepMind to predict protein folding. This is what is AlphaFold? So this is AI tool by Google's DeepMind to predict protein folding. It aims to understand 3D protein shapes, and this is crucial for biology and health. It offers about 80% accuracy in model DNA RNA. So what is protein folding? This is vital for biological function and disease understanding. Protein folding. This is vital for biological function and disease understanding, while AlphaFold aids drug development as well. So this might be very important question for our prelims, that AlphaFold, this is AI tool, and what is the protein folding? This is vital for biological function, protein folding. Next one, flirt. It is new COVID variants, collectively known as flirt, that has emerged in India. Flirt variant KP.2 and KP.1.1. They are descendants of Omicron JN1 variant. So we should remember that. What is the flirt? FLIRT, flirt. This is COVID variant, new COVID variants, and it is known as flirt. The flirt variants KP.2 and KP.1.1, and these are also descendants of Omicron JN1 variant, Omicron JN.1 variant. Next one, oleander flowers. This has been in news because a woman from Kerala has been died due to by the consumption of oleander flowers during the offerings of the flowers in the temple. So Kerala temples ban oleander flowers because this is poisoning in nature, poisonous plant, and also scientifically known as Nerium oleander. Nerium oleander. What are ARCs? These are the asset reconstruction companies. Asset reconstruction companies. These are financial institutions that acquire and manage stressed assets from banks and financial institutions. Registered under Section 3 of SARFAESI Act 2002. SARFAESI Act 2002. Asset reconstruction companies. These are the financial institutions that acquire and manage stressed assets from banks and financial institutions. Now, India has completed 50 years since it started its first nuclear test. 50 years ago, 1974, India conducted its first nuclear test. Code name was Operation Smiling Buddha. Operation Smiling Buddha in 1974. This was the nuclear test of India in Pokhran. After that, another test had been conducted by India in 1998, Operation Shakti. Operation Shakti. Our policy is that no first use policy. We are building a credible minimum deterrent. We are building credible minimum deterrent. This is the India's nuclear doctrine, no first use policy. NASA's pre-fire mission. NASA's pre-fire mission. Pre-fire means polar radiant energy in the far infrared experiment. Polar radiant energy in the far infrared experiment. Pre-fire. This is the polar mission to unlock the mysteries of Earth's poles by capturing new data on heat emissions. So, the question might be that pre-fire mission is associated with, so this is associated with NASA, and it might be that the full form polar radiant energy in the far infrared experiment, pre-fire polar mission. Now, places in news. New Caledonia. Here, a state of emergency has been declared by France in New Caledonia because New Caledonia is a French overseas territory in Southwest Pacific Ocean. This is in the region of beside Australia. French overseas territory in Southwest Pacific Ocean. So, New Caledonia. This is French territory. Nile River. It is the longest river in the world, originating from rivers that feed Lake Victoria. And it drains into Mediterranean Sea. Nile River. It runs through 11 African countries, including Egypt, Burundi, Tanzania, Rwanda, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kenya, Uganda, Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and South Sudan. These are 11 countries from where this is passing through. And its tributaries are White Nile, Blue Nile, and Atbara. White Nile, Blue Nile, and Atbara. These are the tributaries of Nile River. Port of call Spain's Cartagena. So we should understand that where Cartagena is situated. So this is situated in Spain. And what is port of call? Port of call is a designated stop where a ship docks during its journey. This is a temporary destination where passengers and cargo can embark or disembark, and where the ship can refuel, take on supplies or undergo maintenance if necessary. So this is basically port of call. What is the definition of port of call? This is temporary destination for the passengers as well as the ship as well to refuel, take on supplies or maintenance if required. Cartagena. Next on Cartagena, this is port city and naval base in southeast Spain. Cartagena in southeast Spain. Next one, news. International Thalassemia Day. This is celebrated on 8th May. International Thalassemia Day. And the theme is empowering lives, embracing progress, equitable and accessible thalassemia treatment for all. Our theme is empowering lives, embracing progress, equitable and accessible thalassemia treatment for all. So International Thalassemia Day is being observed on 8th of May. Next one, Catatumbo lightning. This had been in news because this phenomenon is occurring over the Catatumbo River in Venezuela, where lightning strikes almost continuously. Catatumbo River in Venezuela. So the question might be that where it is situated, Catatumbo River. So this is located in Venezuela, and this has been in news because continuous lightning strikes. This phenomenon primarily happens at the mouth of Catatumbo River, where it meets Lake Maracaibo, the largest lake in Latin America. Lake Maracaibo, the largest lake in Latin America. Himalayan magpies. This is found, Himalayan magpies, from Kashmir to Myanmar. This is Himalayan magpie. It is found from Kashmir to Myanmar. Next one, illegal mining in Orcha Wildlife Sanctuary. This has been in news. So our question is that where exactly Orcha Wildlife Sanctuary is situated. So this is situated near the Betwa River, a tributary of Yamuna. Orcha Wildlife Sanctuary is situated near Betwa River. This is a tributary of Yamuna, and it borders between Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. WTO. This has been in news. So WTO, it is established in 1995, and it has currently 164 members countries, including European Union. For member countries to negotiate and enforce trade agreements, resolve disputes, and promote economic growth. This is the aim, to negotiate, enforce trade agreements, resolve disputes, and promote economic growth and development. This is the target or aim of WTO. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. WTO. Origin of WTO. General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, GATT, in the form of GATT, which was created in 1947. Initially, WTO was named as GATT, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, that has been created in 1947. And the Uruguay Round Dialogue of 1986 to 1994 of the GATT led the WTO's creation. Also, this is known as Marrakesh Agreement. WTO is commonly known as the Marrakesh Agreement, which was signed in Marrakesh, Morocco in 1994. So, this is also important question, that Marrakesh Agreement is associated with, the creation of WTO. Marrakesh is situated where? It is in Morocco in 1994. Morocco, and this has been signed in 1994. India is the founding member of the 1947 GATT as well as its successor of WTO as well. So, what is the difference between GATT and WTO? Let's see. GATT mostly dealt with the trade in goods. The GATT, its delegation with trade in goods, but WTO, it has its wider range, not only cover goods but also trade in services and other intellectual properties like trade, creations, designs, and inventions as well. So, this has the wider implication. Dispute redressal mechanism of WTO. This has been in news because the key function of the WTO is to resolve the disputes among the member countries. So, bilateral consultation, this is the first step to resolve a dispute. If both the parties are not reaching to the consensus, then a dispute settlement panel should be established. Dispute settlement body, and dispute settlement body makes decisions on trade disputes between member countries. It consists of all WTO members. So, dispute settlement body, it consists all WTO members. The dispute settlement body makes all its decisions by consensus. WTO's appellate body, the panel's ruling or report can be challenged here. It means that if member countries are not satisfied with the panel's ruling, then they can challenge the case to the WTO's appellate body. And as of now, the WTO's appellate body is not functioning due to the differences among the member countries to appoint members, because US has been blocking continuously for the appointment of the members, and hence 20 disputes are already pending with appellate body. Next one, heat waves causing major wildfires in Russia. So our question would be that wildfires recently had been in news to which country? So this is in Russia. And heat waves, the reason was heat waves. Heat waves in Siberia in 2019 and 22 that led to devastating wildfires. Indian naval ships strengthen maritime partnership. Indian naval ships like INS Delhi, INS Shakti, and INS Kiltan recently visited Singapore as the part of the military navy's Indian Navy's Eastern Fleet operational deployment to South China Sea. So let's understand that. What is INS Delhi? This is Indian Navy's first indigenously designed and built guided missile destroyer. INS Delhi. This is guided missile destroyer. This is INS Delhi, guided missile destroyer. And this is built by Mazgaon Dock Ship Builders. This is guided missile destroyer. INS Delhi. Next one, INS Shakti. This is INS Shakti. It is replenishment vessel. INS Shakti. This is replenishment vessel. Like fuel, ammunition and provisions for replenishment of fuel, ammunition and provisions. Next one, INS Kiltan. It is indigenous anti-submarine warfare stealth corvette. This is stealth corvette. Indigenous anti-submarine warfare stealth corvette. INS Kiltan. INS Kiltan is the four Komorta class corvettes built under Project 28. It is the third number out of four Komorta class corvettes built under Project 28. INS Kiltan. It is named after island in the Lakshadweep and Minicoy group. Kiltan has also played a significant role in Operation Trident during 1971 Indo-Pak War. Operation Trident. Kiltan has played a significant role in Operation Trident during 1971 Indo-Pak War. Next one, Battalips Chandrayani. Battalips Chandrayani. There is newly discovered marine tardigrade species. Tardigrade species from Tamil Nadu coast, and this has been named as Battalips Chandrayani in the honor of Chandrayaan 3 moon mission. So, Battalips Chandrayani, what is this? This is marine tardigrade. Tardigrades are teeny creatures often called water bears. These are the teeny creatures in sea. This is tardigrade. There is a controversy over the side effects of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, because this is sold in India under the brand name of Covishield by Serum Institute of India. Serum Institute of India is selling this with the name of Covishield. It is linked to a rare adverse side effect called thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome. Thrombocytopenia syndrome, TTS. So what is thrombocytopenia syndrome? It is vaccine induced prothrombic immune thrombocytopenia. It is believed to caused by immune reaction triggered by the adenovirus vector. So adenoviruses are double-stranded DNA virus. Adenoviruses are double-stranded DNA virus. Symptoms are breathing, chest or limb pain, small red spots. What is thrombosis? Thrombosis is the formation of blood clots. Thrombosis is formation of blood clots. Why? Thrombocytopenia is characterized by a low platelet count. Thrombocytopenia. This is the low platelet count. Some other rare side effects of COVID-19 vaccines are Guillain-Barré syndrome, myocarditis, pericarditis, and cerebral venous sinus thrombosis. These are also some side effects of COVID-19 vaccines. CVST, this refers to cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, which is the presence of blood clots in brain. Next one, Guillain-Barré syndrome. It is immune system disorder that attacks the nerves, causing muscular damage. Myocarditis and pericarditis are conditions even involving inflammation of the heart tissue. Myocarditis and pericarditis. These are the some side effects of the COVID-19 vaccines. Kaleshwar Wildlife Sanctuary. This had been in news because Supreme Court state the construction of 4 dams inside Kaleshwar Wildlife Sanctuary. So our question is that where it is situated on. So this is in Haryana's Yamunanagar district, Shivalik range of Himalayas. This is contiguous to Rajaji National Park, Uttarakhand, and Shimbalwara National Park, Himachal Pradesh. These are 2 important facts regarding Kaleshwar Wildlife Sanctuary. This is in Yamunanagar, Haryana, and also contiguous to Rajaji National Park, Uttarakhand, and Shimbalwara National Park, Himachal Pradesh. Next one, 55 Cancri exoplanet. Recently, scientists had detected a dense atmosphere enveloping 55 Cancri E, a super Earth. So our question might be in the form of what is 55 Cancri E? This is super Earth, twice the size of our planet. It is comprised of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. However, the temperature is 2300 degrees centigrade. That is inhospitable for life, because life cannot exist up to this high temperature. So our question might be in the form that what is 55 Cancri? So this is an exoplanet located 41 light years away. It is larger than Earth. It can also provide insights into the evolutionary process of Earth and Mars. Next news is Kavach. So Kavach is basically, it is train control system with anti-collision capabilities. Kavach is associated with train control system with anti-collision capabilities to avoid the collision in trains. So Indian Railways Institute of Signal Engineering and Telecommunications in Sikandrabad, Telangana serves as the center of excellence for Kavach. Center of excellence for Kavach is in Sikandrabad, Telangana. Next news is India emerges as third largest solar power producer in 2023. India surpassed Japan in solar power production in 2023. China remains the leading producer. India ranks 5th globally in installed power capacity with 73 gigawatts of solar power capacity. Solar power constitutes 18% of India's total installed electricity. However, only 6.66% of the power produced. It means that there is a gap between capacity and actual output, because 18% of total installed electricity is of solar power, but it contributes only 6.66% of power produced. Next news is West Nile fever. It is detected in Kerala. It is caused by the West Nile virus, a single-stranded RNA virus. Single-stranded RNA virus transmitted to humans through the bite of an infected mosquito of the genus Culex. Culex mosquito. West Nile virus. It is transmitted by the bite of an infected mosquito that is named Culex. This has been unearthed in 1937 in Nile district of Uganda. So this is known as West Nile. Also, no human to human transmission of West Nile virus through casual contact, and also no vaccine is available for humans for the West Nile virus. Next one concept is greenwashing. This is the concept which is applicable for government as well as private players, because these are the deceptive practices of the companies or even governments that exaggerate their actions and regarding their mitigating climate change. They are providing misleading information like the products are climate friendly without verifiable evidence. So these types of labels are being put in the products, but it is not, is it true or not, this is not clear. So greenwashing is nothing but these are the deceptive practices, like this is eco-friendly, this product is eco-friendly, or government is saying that we are promoting the green products or the green services or the green economy, but up to that extent that is required is not being done. This is greenwashing. It means that this is false commitment. Vidal test in diagnosing typhoid in India. So our question might be in the form of that Vidal test is associated with. So it is associated with typhoid. Vidal test. This is rapid blood test caused by this typhoid caused by Salmonella typhi bacteria. Salmonella typhi bacteria. It spreads through contaminated food and water. Next news is Israeli military seizes Rafah border crossing. Rafah border crossing. Israeli military seized control of Rafah border crossing between Gaza Strip and Egypt. So Our question is that where it is exactly located, and also some other points like two other borders crossing in and out of Gaza. First one, Erage in north of the Israel, and second one, Kerem Shalom in south. So look here in the map. This is Gaza city and Erage crossing in northern side. Erage crossing this border, and Kerem Shalom. This is here southern side, and Rafah crossing also in southern side, contiguous to Egypt. Next one, space for Indian Navy. Space, full form, submersible platform for acoustic characterization and evaluation. Space, submersible platform for acoustic characterization and evaluation. Space. Space for Indian Navy. DRDO is testing and evaluation hub for sonar system named Space in Kerala. So what is space? This is testing and evaluation hub for sonar system. Testing and evaluation hub for sonar system named Space. It is utilized for evaluation of complete sonar systems. So what is sonar? Sonar is sound navigation and ranging. Sound navigation and ranging. It is a device used for measuring distance using ultrasonic waves. It can determine the depth of the sea, underwater hills, valleys, submarines, icebergs, sunken ships, etc. So sonar is basically used for measuring the distance of the depth of the sea and some other structures underwater. This is sonar system, and space is the testing hub and evaluation hub for sonar system, that is named Space. Next news is dry Aral Sea. As we know that due to climate change and global warming, the sea or the ocean structure is being changed, and Aral Sea is drying, so that it is resulted in the formation of Aralkum desert. So this could be the important news, that Aralkum desert, it is in Central Asia, and how it is formed due to the dryness of the Aral Sea, Aralkum desert, and this has its bad impact on Central Asia because it would be dustier by 7%. The dust can accelerate the melting of glaciers, exacerbating the water crisis in the region as well. So Aralkum desert, due to the dry Aral Sea situation. Now the Aral Sea. It is fed by two great rivers of Central Asia. First one, Amu Darya. It is coming from Pamir mountains. Second is Sir Darya, Tien Shan mountain ranges. Sir Darya and Amu Darya, these are the two streams or two rivers that is providing the water to the Aral Sea. Other similar examples are also there, like Lake Urmia in Iran and Lake Hamaun, Hamaun on the Iran-Afghanistan border have also dramatically shrunk and become a strong local source of dust. So these points can be written in our mains examination, like bad impacts of the climate change and global warming, like the Lake Urmia in Iran and Lake Hamaun in Iran-Afghanistan border. This is RLC. Smart system. Smart system. Supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo. Smart. Supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo. Smart system. DRDO conducted a flight test of supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo, that is SMART. So SMART is basically conducted by a test conducted by DRDO, and this is associated with supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo. It is tested from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island of the coast of Odisha. Smart system is next generation missile based lightweight torpedo delivery system. So what is exactly is a smart system? So this is missile based lightweight torpedo delivery system. It aims to augment the anti-submarine warfare capability. Missile is launched from a ground mobile launcher. So next question is that what is torpedo? Torpedo is underwater weapon with a cigar shaped design. It is underwater weapon. The shape is cigar type. It can be launched from various platforms. Means torpedo can be launched from various platforms such as submarines, surface vessels or aeroplanes. Varunastra is also a torpedo. It is indigenous heavyweight ship launched anti-submarine electric torpedo. So our question might be about Varunastra. What is Varunastra? This is ship launched heavyweight anti-submarine electric torpedo. This is shown here how the torpedo works. This is launched through a missile or through any ship. Drip pricing. Next news is drip pricing. Actually, this is the practice that when you purchase something, then initially you are told less prices, but later on the same thing would be costlier by the additional charges. So the excluding essential fees like local taxes, booking charges are necessary add-ons. These are not told in the initial phase of the purchase. So what is the drip pricing? When a portion of an item of total cost is displaced initially with additional charges revealed as the customer progresses through the purchase process. Initially, you are told that this particular item is lesser with lesser cost. Suppose that, for example, 100 rupees, but later you have to pay 110 rupees because 10 rupees are additional costs and it is not told in the initial phase of purchase. Later on, it is told by the shopkeeper or the dealing agent, because he is telling that these are the some extra charges. So this is called drip pricing. Next one news is black hole Gaia BH3. This is massive black hole in our galaxy named Gaia BH3. It is the second closest known black hole to Earth and also 33 times heavier than the Sun, and the most massive black hole of the stellar origin in the Milky Way, surpassing Sinus X1. Sinus X1. So, stellar black holes are formed as a result of the collapse of a single star. Stellar black holes are formed as a result of collapse of a single star. These are black holes. So this is first one, Gaia BH1. Second was Sinus X1, and third one Gaia BH3. This is Gaia BH3, 33 solar masses. It means that this is heavier than 33 times to our sun. Gaia BH1, this is 10 times more heavier than our solar masses. And Sinus X1, this is 21 times more heavier than to our solar masses. Black holes. What are the black holes? These are the dense objects with gravity so strong that not even a light can escape from them. So it is very difficult to spot them, because we can see or we can detect the thing when the light reflect from that object, but these are the such objects with a high gravity, so that they are not even escaping the light, so that they cannot be detected at all. They are formed when a massive star collapse is on itself at the end of its life. So what is a galaxy? Galaxy is basically a huge collection of gas, dust, and billions of stars and their solar systems together by gravity. They are held together by gravity. So what is galaxy? This is huge collection of gas, dust, and billions of stars and their solar systems, and all are held together, all are being associated by the gravity. Earth is the part of Milky Way galaxy, which has also supermassive black hole and named Sagittarius A, that is located in its center. So our question might be that Sagittarius A is located in the Milky Way. So this is located in our Milky Way, that is galaxy, Milky Way galaxy. Next one news is central bank digital currency. This is also called e-rupee, central bank digital currency, CBDC. CBDC is a legal tender issued by Reserve Bank of India in the digital form. Unlike private cryptocurrencies, like CBDCs are backed by central bank and ensuring the stability and trust. It is the same as a fiat currency and exchangeable one to one with the fiat currency. So central bank digital currency is same as a fiat currency and is exchangeable one to one with the fiat currency. A fiat currency is national currency. What is fiat currency? This is a national currency that is not pegged to the price of commodities such as gold or silver. It means that the inherent value of that currency is not due to its own material like gold or silver. It's, it is getting the value from the order of the government of India to pay the particular amount that is called the fiat currency. Suppose that 100 rupees note, the paper that is utilized for the 100 rupees note is not a worth of 100 rupees, but it is the value, it contains the value of 100 rupees, because this is a fiat currency and Reserve Bank of India promises to pay the 100 rupees value. It is transacted using wallets backed by blockchain. CBDCs was directly inspired by Bitcoin. However, it is different from decentralized virtual currencies and crypto assets, like not issued by the state and lack the legal tender status, because other virtual decentralized currencies are in the nature that they are not issued by the state and lack of legal tender status. But here CBDC, it is backed by the state and it can be accepted as a legal tender. The objective is that to mitigate the risk and trim costs of the physical currency, cost of phasing out swelled notes, transportation, insurance and logistics. These are the some objectives to introduce the central bank digital currency. Some global trends of the digital currencies. Bahamas. This was the first economy, Bahamas, to launch nationwide central bank digital currency, namely Sand Dollar in 2020. So, Bahamas is the first country to introduce the CBDC in the name Sand Dollar. Nigeria is the second to have rolled out e-Naira in 2020. E-Naira. And China is also world's first major economy to introduce digital currency named ECNY. Next news is associated with dynamite. So what is dynamite? It is the type of explosive and made by mixing nitroglycerin. So it can be our question that what is dynamite? This is a type of explosive and nitroglycerin is the component to make dynamite. Next news is Tirthahalli Areca nut variety. Tirthahalli variety of Karnataka. This is areca nut and also called betel nut or supari. So, India is the largest producer and consumer of areca nut. Earlier, Sirsi supari, that is grown in Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka, and it has received the GI tag. Sirsi supari of Uttar Kannada district of Karnataka. It has received GI tag. Tirthahalli areca nut variety. This is also associated with Karnataka. This is a type of supari or betel nut. Cyclone Hidaya. This has been in news. Cyclone Hidaya. It has hit the coast of Tanzania near Dar es Salaam. So, Cyclone Hidaya is associated with Tanzania near Dar es Salaam. from Indian Ocean. Hidaya, cyclone Hidaya, Arabic name, and its meaning is guidance. So this is Tanzania, and this is Horn of Africa, and this is Dar es Salaam, where this cyclone Hidaya has hit. Next one news is meteorite and meteorite. So meteorites are the space rocks that range in size from dust grains to small asteroids. There is a little difference between meteorite and meteorite. This term only applies. It means that meteorite is known when these rocks are still in space. It means that they are not reaching to the surface of the earth. If it is not reaching to the surface of the earth and they are remaining in space as well, then it is called meteorite. When meteorites enter earth atmosphere at a high speed and burn up, they are called meteors. Meteorite, a meteorite, especially one that has hit earth's surface, it means that it reaches to the ground, then it is called meteorite. If it does not reach to the ground, then it is called meteorite. Next one, asteroid. This is a rocky object that orbits the sun and has an average size between meteorite and a planet. So asteroid is basically rocky object, and also this orbits the sun. Asteroid. Next one, comet. Comet is an object mostly made up of ice and dust with a gas halo and tail that sometimes orbits the sun. So what is comet? This is the object made up of ice and dust and orbits the sun, often with gas halo and tail. Next concept that is associated with it, Kuiper belt. Kuiper belt is a region of solar system beyond Neptune's orbit. So Kuiper belt is located in the solar system beyond Neptune's orbit. It is also home to dwarf planets like Pluto, comets, and Kuiper belt objects. Next one, Oort cloud. This is also associated with this concept, Oort cloud. This is giant spherical cloud of icy objects that surrounds the solar system at a much greater distance than the Kuiper belt. While the planets of our solar system orbit in a flat plane, but Oort cloud is believed to be a giant spherical shell surrounding the sun, planets, and Kuiper belt objects. It is a big, thick bubble around our solar system. Oort cloud is thought to be the source of long period comets that take thousands or even millions of years to orbit the sun. So here, this is Oort cloud, and this is Kuiper belt. Kuiper belt is falling beyond the Neptune's orbit. Last planet is Neptune, and after Neptune, this is the belt that is known as Kuiper belt, and after that Kuiper belt, Oort cloud is found. This can be the potential question in our prelims examination, that where exactly Kuiper belt is located. So it is located beyond the Neptune orbit, and after that, after crossing the Kuiper belt, we will reach to Oort cloud. They are very far away, very far away for our sun. This is the image of the Oort cloud. Here it is shown that all the all the planets, they are revolving in a pattern, and Oort cloud is looking like a spherical shell around the all the objects like sun, earth, and other planets. Next, world's deepest blue hole. It is located in Mexico's Chetumal Bay in Mexico, known as Tamja blue hole. So, world's deepest blue hole is located in Mexico, Mexico's Chetumal Bay. It is also known as Tamja blue hole. So, we should understand that what are the blue holes. They serve as biological hotspots, hosting diverse marine life like corals, sponges, mollusks, sea turtles, and sharks. And we will discuss that. What is the difference between the blue holes and deep trenches? So, first of all, from the point of formation, blue holes are formed due to the cave collapse, while deep trenches are formed due to the subduction of tectonic plates. This is the basic difference. Blue holes, they are formed due to the cave collapse, and deep trenches, they are formed due to the subduction of tectonic plates. This is the formation. Location means where these are located. So, blue holes, they are located at continental shelves, reefs, etc. But deep trenches, they are located at convergent plate boundaries. Deep trenches are located at convergent plate boundaries. Depth, the blue holes depth variable from shallow to very deep, but deep trenches, deepest part of the ocean, such as Mariana Trench, deepest part of the ocean. These are the trenches. Next one news is regarding World Press Freedom Day 2024. Reporters Without Borders. World Press Freedom Day. The index of World Press Freedom Index is being released by global media watchdog Reporters Without Borders, and India's score in 2024 is with a slight improvement, because in 2023 India's score was 161 position, and now in 2024 a slight improvement is here, that 159 among 180 countries. India's score in 2024 159 among 180 countries. Global score. Norway, Denmark, and Sweden maintain first. It means that the first top countries in World Press Freedom Index. Norway, Denmark and Sweden. Eritrea was the bottom, at the bottom. Last is Eritrea and Syria just ahead of it. These are the red colored countries where press freedom is very in a dismal condition. Next is news. India hosts 46th ATCM and 26th meeting of CEP in 2024. Ministry of Earth Sciences and National Center for Polar and Ocean Research (NCPOR) is set to host the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting. ATCM ATCM 46. This refers to 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting and 26th meeting of Committee for Environmental Protection (CEP) in Kochi, Kerala from 20th to 30th May 2024. So ATCM is annual meeting of the original 12 parties to the Antarctic Treaty. This is meeting of 12 parties to Antarctic Treaty. ATCM means Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting. ATCM 46. This treaty is basically signed in 1959 to promote the peaceful purposes, scientific cooperation and environmental protection in Antarctica region. India has been a consultative party to Antarctic Treaty since 1983. In 2022, India enacted the Antarctic Act. India has research stations in Antarctic region. The first one was established in 1983, named as Dakshina Gangotri. This was the first Antarctic research station, Dakshina Gangotri. India operates 2-year-round research stations like Maitri in 1989 and Bharti in 2012. So there are 3 stations that has been established by India in Antarctic region. First one Dakshina Gangotri, second Maitri and third Bharti. The protocol is there to promote natural reserve devoted to peace and science in Antarctica region. Chinese road construction in Saxgam Valley. So, where the Saxgam Valley is located on, it is in Trans-Karakoram tract of Pakistan occupied Kashmir (POK) region, a territory ceded by Pakistan to China in 1963. However, India has been continuously rejected that 1963 China-Pakistan boundary agreement. India is not accepting this. Siachen Glacier is adjacent to the Saxgam Valley and holds the strategic importance. Siachen Glacier, because it poses the threats in Indian territories such as Depsang and Daulat Beg Oldi region. Here we can see that this is Saxgam Valley in Karakoram range, and after that it is just below that Siachen Glacier. And after that this is line of actual control. Next news is that orangutan treats wound with medicinal plant. An orangutan named Rakus in Sumatra, Indonesia, treated a facial wound with a medicinal plant called Akar Kuning. Here, the pictures are given that there is a wound on the face of a orangutan, and later it has been treated by that orangutan by the medicinal plant. So this is the first documented incident of a orangutan who is utilizing the plant medicinal plants use to cure the wound. It can be said that probably the medicinal practices or the recognition of those plants might be with the human beings and orangutans would be the same period, because we don't know till now that orangutan they can have the knowledge about the medicinal plants or not, but this is the first documented history. Holangapar Given Sanctuary. Holangapar Given Sanctuary. This is Given Wildlife Sanctuary located in Assam's Jorhat district. Assam's Jorhat district. Holangapar Gibbon Sanctuary. This had been in news. New collective quantified goal on climate finance. This is very important news. New collective quantified goal on climate finance. NCQJ. NCQG. New collective quantified goal on climate finance. This has emerged as a crucial initiative aimed at mobilizing resources for developing countries to combat climate challenges, because in upcoming 29th conference of the parties yani COP29 to the UNFCCC, which will take place later this year in Baku, Azerbaijan. Baku, Azerbaijan. The NCQJ. This is a new annual financial target that developed countries must meet from 2025 onwards, because it will replace the previous commitment of US dollar 100 billion per year that developed nations had pledged in 2009 but failed to deliver it. So this is the new commitment, NCQG. This is the new commitment that is made, that is to be made from the side of developed countries to assist the financial target that should be started from 2025 onwards, so that the developing countries could fulfill the mitigation targets in reducing the climate change and global warming effects. In this regard, we should understand the Paris Climate Accord. This is a legally binding treaty on climate change, Paris climate change, and this has been introduced in COP21 in Paris in December 2015. The target was that to reduce the global warming to up to the 2 degrees Celsius, and if it is possible then it should be limited it to 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial levels. So this is the Paris Accord, and India is signatory to Paris Agreement. India has also announced the nationally determined contributions NDC and its goal for 2021 to 2030. Next news is Microsoft unveils Pi 3 Mini. Phi 3 Mini is a part of the family of OpenAI models. This is OpenAI models, and this is cost effective small language models. So basically our question is that what is Phi 3 Mini? This is part of the family of OpenAI models, cost effective small language models. SLM SLMS are AI systems trained on existing data to solve language related tasks such as text classification, question answering, text generation, etc. And others part like language, reasoning, coding, and math. These are also associated with the key task that has to be served with the SLM, that is AI systems. SLMs means small language models. CP grams. CP grams. This is centralized public grievance redressal and monitoring system. CP grams. In India, this is recognized as a state of the art grievance redressal system by Commonwealth Secretariat. It is the smart government initiative to provide the e-solutions of the e-governance. So, CP grams, this is centralized public grievance redressal and monitoring system. This has been recognized by Commonwealth Secretariat. Its aim to receive, redress and monitor the grievances to the public. It acts as a single portal connecting all ministries and departments of the Government of India and states. Citizens can approach it via Umang integrated mobile application. What is the full form of Umang? Umang, unified mobile application for new age governance. Umang, this can be also the important question that what is Umang? Umang is unified mobile application for new age governance. Unified mobile application for new age governance app. Next one, sixth conference of ICDRI. ICDRI is International Conference on Disaster Resilience Infrastructure 2024. International Conference on Disaster Resilience Infrastructure 2024. ICDRI is the annual conference of the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI. Its aim to increase the resilience of infrastructure systems to climate and disaster risks and thereby promoting sustainable development. CDRI was launched in 2019 at the United Nations Climate Action Summit in New York. This is the initiative of India, CDRI, India's second major global initiative after International Solar Alliance, ISA. So, CDRI's secretariat is situated in New Delhi. CDRI's Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure, Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure, CDRI, and its headquarters is in New Delhi. Bathymetry. Next one is news is bathymetry. This is the study of mapping of underwater topography of water bodies such as oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams. Bathymetry means the study and mapping of the underwater topography. Study and mapping of the underwater topography such as oceans, rivers, and lakes and streams. It can also measure the depth of the water. Champagne cast their first vote. This is the news. Champagne tribe. So it might be the direct question that which tribe for the first time has cast their votes. So it is the Champagne tribe. They are also associated with particularly vulnerable tribal groups, PVTGs. So they are residing in Greater Nicobar Island, Champagne tribes. PBTGs. PBTGs, they are primitive tribal groups. Originally, they are called primitive tribal groups, PBTGs, and it has been shed by the Dheber Commission in 1973. Dheber Commission in 1973, PBTGs, but later in 2006, Government of India renamed it PBTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. But initially this was named as primitive tribal groups. Primitive tribal groups, PTGs, in by the Dheber Commission in 1973. PTGs means primitive tribal groups. It has been said by Dheber Commission, but later renamed PBTGs by Government of India in 2006, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Next one is INS Vikrant. This is the first domestically built aircraft carrier, and 76% it is indigenous content. INS Vikrant, first domestically built aircraft carrier. This is aircraft carrier INS Vikrant. INS Vikramaditya. This is Kiev class carrier and originally built for the Soviet Navy, INS Vikramaditya, but later it is modified from the Kiev class carrier. This is Kiev class carrier. Later it has been inducted into the Indian Navy in 2013, INS Vikramaditya. Next one is Srijan portal. We should understand that Government of India is paying much attention to indigenize, for the promotion of indigenization of the defense equipments. So it is the Srijan portal that is meant for that indigenization, where online portals, this is one stop shop online portal that provides access to the vendors to take up the items for indigenization. Srijan portal. Fourth session of Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee. Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee, that is INC4. This is the fourth committee meeting. Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee, INC4 of the United Nations Environment Agency, UNEA, was held in Ottawa, Canada. Ottawa, Canada. So INC4 and UNEA. This can be the question that what is INC4? So this is Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee. This is the part of the ongoing negotiations to build a legally binding treaty on plastic pollution by the end of 2024 under UNEA. So this is very important that INC4 is associated with building a legally binding treaty on plastic pollutions by the end of 2024. The INC4 is the global plastic treaty failed to reach an agreement